What's going on YouTube? It's Metakaiba with another video. And in this video, I wanted to talk about an anime that I really enjoy and is fresh in my mind right now, which is going to be Demon Slayer. Just finished the newest season, the Hashira training arc, and I have to say, I really enjoyed it. I loved it. In fact, I think it was, for me, one of the better seasons of the series. Didn't have as much action, but regardless, it was still a very enjoyable season that I want to talk about today, mainly because of something a lot of you have probably seen go around online, which is the IGN rating of the newest season, which IGN we know doesn't always have the best takes, but this time I think they really choked, and it's kind of showing by the response the anime community is having to their rating, which I'll share my own opinions and thoughts later on in the video after kind of going over the rating itself and then what the response was online. On Reddit, I don't really want to go on Reddit just because of the commentary some people might make on there, but I'm still gonna review some of the takes people have had online about this rating, and like I said, give my own opinion as well as talk about a bit about the future of this channel and what I kind of want to accomplish on it in the future. But yeah, I'm gonna not delay this review anymore and continue on with the video. All right, Chad. So, kind of going over the rating itself, I put on screen right here. And the rating itself is pretty short, coming from a dude who's made a lot of ratings in the past about anime, different forms of media. I think he's made like some gaming, some movie reviews, but I'm not here to talk about that. I don't really care about that. I just care about his Demon Slayer rating, which is the biggest thing going on online as far as review wise for this series. Now, I had a lot of people talking, including myself, I guess, but the rating itself goes Demon Slayer Hashira Training Arc sacrifices momentum and depth for an absurdly long and meandering season that should have been a montage. Wow. Um, that's kind of depressing to listen to, and I don't want to make any personal attacks at all, but it's just not a good take. It's just not. And now let's look at how some of the people in the fandom in the anime community responded to this news. So I went to the Facebook post of IGN talking about how um, they reviewed it. As you can see, the score is going to be right here on the bottom right of the screen, and then all the reviews and comments are going to be on the side. I'm not going to go over a ton of them because I do want to give my personal opinion, which might be a bit drawn out um, on the series, but let's look at some of them. So, Benjamin says they trippin'. This arc was all about leading up to the final arc. Last fights are brutal, and the training arc was a good way to focus on everyone getting stronger, bonding before the final fights. Totally agree with that take. It was a setup arc. There's no need for it to be amazing like the others before. They also gave us the final episode, right? Great mix of chill episodes was a finale was a cliffhanger. Definitely looking forward to the trilogy. Also agree with this take. Holy shit, good ass takes right here. Way better than what IGN had to say. Here's IGN showcasing how out of touch they are. If I'm being honest, it's kind of a miserable take. It's kind of a miserable take, and I'll get more into it in a little bit. It served up to set up Infinity Castle and also flesh out some of the other characters a bit. Plus, it's legit the last time we're going to see anything happy from the show for a long time, so I'm perfectly okay with the chill season. Plus, that last episode was top tier. I don't even know how to say the studio's name. Ufotable cooked. But I enjoyed getting to know the Hashira better. I thought it was a good season. Now, let's get on to my opinions on everything going on with the series and my thoughts, my opinion on it. Alright, so you guys are looking at my face again after being on the browser for a little bit. Now, my take is overall very positive. of the most recent season of Demon Slayers. Like I said earlier, it is probably one of my favorite seasons in the series. I have looked like I had a unibrow for a second. I really had no legitimate no legitimate complaints. I thought the pacing was perfect. Like a lot of the comments were saying, it was focusing a lot on getting to know the Hashira better. Um, I'm gonna go through a lot of spoilers in my commentary, I guess, of the series. So I guess this is my spoiler warning for a bit. I'll put a little thing that says spoiler warning before I even go into the take, but I just kind of forgot to mention it. Regardless, um, like I was saying, throughout the series or throughout the season, um, Tanjiro, he's getting passed around from Hashira to Hashira, interacting with each one of them. Some of the interactions not as good as with some of the others, but he's really getting like we really get to indulge in what each Hashira does. Something we haven't really gotten to do as much, just because some of the seasons have focused more on individual Hashiras. Like the whole season with Rengoku. That was that arc was literally just dedicated to him. And most of the arcs with Demon Slayer have kind of been like that. Uh, but in this one, we kind of get a feel of each different Hashira. Uh, Tanjiro is training with each one individually, and then in the last ones, Zenitsu and Inosuke kind of make their appearance known, and they start having more interactions in the series with other characters. One of the other things I kind of like that they did with this season and last, of course, is they definitely brought in Genya a bit more. He's kind of been, he kind of got put to the sidelines after we saw him, kind of met him very briefly in the earliest season, in season one. And he's kind of taking a step up in both of these seasons. We kind of see his interaction with his brother. That's one of the Hashira. I'm going to butcher his name, so I'm not even going to bother saying it. Get rid of that unibrow. Whatever. Anyway, kind of going back to what I was saying, he definitely takes a step up. In this season, we see him along with the other Hashira. We see the personalities of a lot of the Hashira before going into this final arc with different Hashira that we haven't seen. One of the only like complaints I have is I feel like they kind of rushed, and I guess with good reason, considering you know they only have a limited amount of episodes to spend with this character, and before the season ends, as well as fitting each Hashira into kind of like their own episode, basically. And that's just what they did with Giyu. I'm not saying it right. Tomioka. Let's go with that. What they kind of did with him, though, I kind of want to say they rushed his character development a bit, his interaction with Tanjiro a bit, because it's all kind of relegated. His whole backstory is kind of relegated to Tanjiro just kind of going yeah, dude, Sabato wouldn't have wanted that. He would have wanted you to fight. And he was like, oh shit, no way, what? And he kind of like has this whole character development moment right there. Now him and Tanjiro are like best buds, and Giyu's all happy now. And that's literally it. I feel like there wasn't as much development to that. Like Giyu just stormed off from the Hashiras for a little bit, and then he just had that interaction with Tanjiro, and conflict resolved. Um, like I said though, I think it's just overall good he how they mixed in a lot of the characters, um, building up to the final episode, the grand finale, which I think is a very good start to the continuation of the anime. And I have no complaints of it. I really don't. The final was chilling to the very last moment. I have gotten used to like these 40-minute episodes, and I think that entire episode was paced perfectly from beginning to end. They spent like half of it, um, kind of the dialogue, um, with Musan and stuff. Also because I know I was gonna butcher his name, Ubuyashiki, and I was just gonna talk about the dialogue between him and Musan, and half of the episode was kind of just focused on that and on that specific dialogue. The other half was more, you know, it was more actually the build up to all the Hashira getting there to fight Musan. It was, like I said, a very good build up, a very good start of what's to come in the series. And I really just can't complain, man. I really just can't complain anything of the series, and I'm happy with what they did. I think the rating is totally outlandish, totally unjustified. And yeah, hopefully you guys are able to give it a watch. Highly recommend it for anyone who wants to actually watch the anime of Demon Slayer. But yeah, just a very chill season. The animation of the last episode was very good as well. I can't complain about animation. It doesn't lack. Just like, that's kind of the main thing with Demon Slayer is the animation. That's one of the things it's very known for. Probably, arguably, for many, the best animated anime of all time. Now, um, I think it served its purpose, which was to be the calm before the storm kind of season. It served as that purpose. It served as a training arc. We got to know all the Hashira better, and overall, I'm just happy with it. Rating totally outlandish. Demon Slayer new season, very good. Now, going on to some other stuff I wanted to talk about just before we close out the video. I have more plans for this channel I want to do. I am going to keep on doing like these videos with different anime, covering different news, different anime news, different just anime content that I'm really happy to make because anime is just something I'm very passionate about. I feel very strongly about, and it's genuinely something that makes me happy talking about. And I'd like an audience to talk about anime with. Um, some other content I've been wanting to do for a while, and I did in the past, not on YouTube, on Instagram, a long time ago with an anime account I previously had. I would make like little anime tournaments. So one of the ones I really wanted to develop was best anime of 2024. This doesn't necessarily mean anime that have already aired, but anime that are also coming up in the year 2024. And that's something I just wanted to kind of make to develop the content to show kind of what I want to be posting. Hopefully you guys can support me on this journey. I'm gonna post more shorts, post more YouTube videos. I want to at least keep it to like two to four videos a week. Something stable where it doesn't conflict too much with my life. But yeah, hopefully you guys can give me a sub, check out more of my content, and follow me on this and my Instagram. Instagram is the same username as mine on YouTube. I also want to be making more streams with gaming, that sort of thing. But yeah, appreciate you guys. Y'all brought up the views on my last YouTube video, and I'm happy being able to post and make content for you guys. Hopefully it's something that entertains all of you, and yeah. I'll see y'all on the next one. Thanks.